Hello, I'm Alfred Acheampong, a Mastercard Scholar from UBC. So while I was thinking about the theme of the talk tonight, Africans' next generation, it hits me. How can I talk about the future of Africa without sharing an African story? So tonight I chose to share the story of my beloved country, Ghana, in West Africa. By the way, how many of you have ever seen the flag of Ghana? That's the flag of Ghana. The red color is the blood and the toil of our fathers who fought for our independence. The green is our rich forest ecosystems. The black star is our identity as black people, and for me, our pride as Ghanaians. Now, the yellow, which is the focus of my talk tonight, is the abundance of gold and wealth in Ghana. But the question that I ask myself as a young African leader is, has the mining sector indeed been a blessing or a curse for the people of Africa? And is there a need for a change? If there is, which paradigm shifts will engineer such change? I have no doubts about the prospect of the mining industry in Africa. Now, the small-scale mining industry alone employs over 1 million Ghanaians. The sector is known to have contributed to about 32% of the total export in 2013. Now, these stories are no different in other African countries. In DR Congo, the small-scale mining sector employs over 2 million people. As the engine of growth, African mining industry will create an ecosystem for the alleviation of poverty and will enhance sustainable development in the sub-region. A report by the African Bank in 2014 even indicates that about 70% of Africans' export comes from the mineral sector. Now, this amounts to about 28% in terms of the continent's GDP. Is that not amazing? But as amazing as this prospect may seem, the environmental and ecological footprints of mining, as well as the conflicts related to mining in Africa, raises critical questions as we think about the future of Africa. Did you know that the mining industry is one of the leading causes of land degradation in our sector? Our once rich and green forest ecosystem, as you saw in green on our flag, is virtually gone. Can you help me answer the question? What holds for the future of young and innocent Africans yet unborn? It's paramount to say that this trajectory even conflicts with our global policies to fight climate change. What then should be the focus as we think about the next generation of Africa? Now, ecocentrics are of the view that the environment should be the focus of the next generation. But do we conserve our resources and protect the environment when about 50% of graduates from African institutions do not have jobs? Therefore, anthropocentrics are also of the view that job creation is what is going to move our generation. Technocentrics are also of the view that technology should be the driver of change in Africa. But I would like to suggest that a single line of thinking cannot address an issue as complex as mining in Africa. Therefore, a need for a more holistic approach, which incorporates all this line of thinking into a single worldview. But the question is, how do we do that? I must say, this question made me pregnant. Yes, you heard me right, I was pregnant. And I gave birth to a son I call Bridging the Gap. I think that for us to have a more sustainable future in Africa, 3 agents of change will be indispensable. The local communities, our institutions, and our industry. Bridging the gap between these 3 agents of change is what will bring transformation in the sub-region. Therefore, I would like to say that innovations that resonate with the culture and traditions of local people is what will effect change in the sub-region. Institutions such as the institutions such as our policy institution should work hand in hand with local communities, such that our policies resonate with the realities at the grassroots level. Finally, I would want to say that mining institutions investing in Africa, instead of fighting with our local miners, should coexist with them by supporting them with technology, innovations, and their human expertise. This is what will drive change in the sub-region of Africa. A wise man once said that the longest journey in life is the journey from the mind to the heart. To this end, I would want to say, mining can be a blessing and sustainable for the next generation of Africa, but should be done thoughtfully and sensitively. Community-driven innovations, which are backed by strong technical and institutional support, is the engine that will drive this transformation. Thank you.